Welcome back everyone. So today we're going to look at multiplication strategies. We're actually going to look at 4 different multiplication strategies. We're going to look at long multiplication, we're going to look at the lattice method, we're going to look at the array method, and we're going to look at a pretty cool bonus one all about intersecting lines. Through all these examples, we are going to times the same two numbers together. We're going to do 25 times 13. We're going to focus more on the methods. So our first one is long multiplication. We set up our long multiplication with our two numbers on top of each other like this, and this is how many of our parents would have learnt to multiply. And what we do is we actually take our units number in our top number and times it by the units number in our bottom number. Then we take our tens number and we times it by our units number as well. Then we go back and we actually times our units number by our bottom tens number and our tens number by our tens number. Okay, so what this looks like is we actually do 5 times 3, which gives us 15. Now we can't put the 1 just there, it goes up the top like with our adding and subtracting. Then we do 2 times 3, and that gives us 6, but we've got this bonus 1 sitting up the top, so it becomes 7. Now, when we go back to do the green highlighting, we put a 0 in our units column, because now we're dealing with the tens. So we do 5 times 1, which gives us 5, and we do 2 times 1, which gives us 2. And then we add these together. 5 plus 0 is 5, 7 plus 5 gives us 12, but we carry the 1, and 1 plus 2 gives us 3. So our answer will be 325. So now we're going to look at the lattice method. And remember, we are still timesing our same numbers together, 25 times 13. For the lattice method, we need a rectangle, and we are going to split this rectangle into 4 smaller rectangles, and we're going to place our numbers split up on the top, so 2 and 5, and on the side 1 and 3. And for our lattice method, we need to split our rectangles diagonally through there. Now what we do is we actually times in each of these. So we take 5, we times it by 3, and in this box here, as we know, 5 times 3 is 15. So we put the tens value in the top triangle and the units value in the bottom triangle. Then we do 5 times 1, that's just 5. So we put 5 in our units and 0 in our tens. Now we do the other side, and we take 2 and times it by 3, which gives us 6. So we put a 6 down the bottom and a 0 up the top. And we do 2 times 1, which just gives us 2. So we put a 2 down the bottom and a 0 up the top. Now how we get our answer is if we extend our lines out, you can kind of see they make pathways. So we are actually going to add our numbers along each of these pathways. So in this path, in the bottom right pathway, we just have 5. In this pathway, in the next pathway, we have 5, 1, and 6. So that gives us 12. We carry the 1 across. And in this final one, we have 0, 1, and 2, and 0, which gives us our 3. And we can see that we get our 325 again. All right, our next strategy is actually the array method. And the array method is very similar to our lattice method, remembering again that we're timesing 25 by 13. Our array method also needs a rectangle. And we also need to split this rectangle into 4. But for the array method, we actually split our numbers up into tens and units. So we write our numbers as 20 and 5, because in 25 we have 2 lots of 10 and 5 lots of units, and we split it into 10 and 3 for our 13. Now we do very similar to our lattice method, where we times each of these numbers to get the value in the box. We do 5 times 10, which is 50, 5 times 3, which is 15, 20 times 10 is 200, 20 times 3 is 60. And how we get our answer for this one is we take each of our values inside our array and we actually add them together. So 200 plus 50 plus 60 plus 15. So our units column is 5, our tens column is 5 plus 6 plus 1, which gives us 12, and our hundreds column is 2 plus 1, which gives us our answer of 325 again. And our final method is a bit of a bonus method. You don't see this method used a lot, as it can become quite complicated, but it's kind of cool, so I wanted to show you. So it's I call it the line method. Some people call it dot multiplication. But what we do is, taking our 25, we draw 2 lines going this way to signify our 20 out of our 25, and we draw 5 lines, 3, 4, 5, to signify our 5. Then for our 13, we draw 1 line and 3 lines. And what tends to happen is we start to get 3 different sections. And in there, we've got these intersections. And what we actually do is, going from right to left, we count up each of the intersections. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I have 15 intersections here. So I carry the 1. In the middle, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, plus the 1 gives me 12 intersections in the middle, and remembering to carry our 1. And in the last one, I have 2 intersections plus our extra 1, which gives us 3. And again, we get our 325. So it's a pretty cool way to count our dots. I hope this helped you understand the different methods for multiplication. Please like and subscribe for more content.